Hey, a little piece of advice when you are trying to, or not when, but if you are trying to work on posting more on social media, posting more videos or anything, pictures, um, if you get the nudge, like a feeling, like you know the nudge or the feeling that, oh, I want to post something, or I want to say this, or oh, this is a good idea, just turn on the camera. If you're not doing anything, I mean, obviously, if you're working or something, but if you're not doing anything, number one, and you get the urge to turn on the camera and like film a video, just do it. Do it because if you think, like, I remember once again when I talked to Gary Vee, which he's an entrepreneur. You guys, most of you guys should know by now because I always talk about him. um, yeah, when I talked to him earlier this year, and he pretty much like told me like to get back on my channel and to film it. And like he said, when I was on the call with him on the video, when he was doing the Q&A session, I got chosen to do the Q&A. And after he gave me the advice that I need to start posting on Just Creations again, he told me to do it now. He told me that literally when we get off the phone, turn on the camera and just talk. Don't, he said, fuck the lighting, fuck anything, in his words. Yeah, and he just told me to just do it because if I don't do it now, I'm going to overthink it and then I'm not going to end up doing it. And that's so true. Let me tell you. It's so true because you just, I mean, for people who overthink stuff, you just really be in your mind about it. And you will end up like, instead of doing like, that urge you felt like, oh, I want to film or oh, I want to say this. That's your intuition in my point of view. So that is your intuition telling you like, hey, like do like we're like putting it on your heart to say something, to do something, to film something, whatever. So you need to do it. Like you're not listening to you're not trusting your intuition when you don't do it. You're not listening to your intuition when you don't do it. And so yeah, so just turn on the camera and then see what happens, because you know what, at the end of the day you can end up editing it. You can end up scrapping it, which you probably shouldn't. You should probably just post it if you don't like it, because once again, nowadays people like to see the process. People respect seeing the process of things than seeing the final pretty result. You can post both, which will be great. It's the most authentic. And nowadays people can see through like they don't like, I know that people are tired of the like the fake. They can see through the fake, and people just want to connect with other people, and the only way to connect is by you being real. Okay, so yeah, if you just turn on the camera, record whatever comes out, even if it's the most weird, awkward, whatever, or whatever you're doing, the process of what you're doing. Say you want to do a painting, you record yourself like filming you doing a painting. You whatever it is, um, whether you're doing something or you're saying something, you should just do it. And at least, even okay, say the thing that you have, want to film, um, say it's something that is gonna take a process. You're like, okay, well, this is something I need to plan out. Okay, that's fine. We'll turn on the camera and talk about the process, or record you literally writing out the process, like on a piece of, or whatever, or going through it. Okay, so do that and get comfortable, because the more that you do it, the more it becomes, you're strengthening that. It's like a muscle. Literally, like being consistent is a muscle, and it's, I feel like even if you learn to be consistent in one thing, you still have to get used to being consistent in something else. I don't know if that makes sense. But like, just because I may be consistent with like, well, actually, I don't know. I was gonna, anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so it's so for a while, you guys have been seeing me try to build that muscle through me just doing it and not like thinking about it anymore. Because like I said, worst come to worst, you guys just see the process of what it looks like when somebody's trying to when someone's trying, like, like my previous video. So, and that is beautiful. People want to see that. You know why? Because it's real. It's real. Okay? So, that is something that I was thinking, because like I was starting to get into that cycle a little bit before because initially, like this today, I got the idea of like, hey, I want to, or I've been having the idea, and it's been like coming a little bit more. Like yesterday I had the idea, and then I kept thinking it in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do a get ready with me video today. I always get in these states, like I am like literally like I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I really be thinking like, I don't know how I did it back then. I used to just, I guess I was just in a different energy. Like I was in a different energy, which I understand. Like I really believe in, like, that's why I'm really into astrology, because it shows you like how energy, I like to call it, and that's where I like to merge like astrology with like spirituality, because instead of saying a planet, this is the characteristics of the planets, this is the characteristics of your zodiac sign, or whatever your sign, your sun sign, your Venus, your moon. I replace characteristics with energy. This is the energy, because that makes more sense for me on a spiritual level, because it is an energy. And like, just as we think of, let's think about the seasons. When there are different seasons or changes in the weather, it like we feel it, we see the changes, whether that is the winter time, all the leaves, like, or the fall time, the transition time, all the leaves fall and they're like changing colors, and then they, then in the wintertime there is no there are no leaves. I'm not really explaining this right, but and then we start to feel the energy of that, because of the weather, it does affect us, because then we are kind of like more on like rest mode. We don't necessarily have the energy to be going all out. I mean, plus it is cold too, but it's just like the transitions. So if you all, if you can think of astrology just like you think of the seasons, and how the seasonal changes even affect like the animals and just the cycle of life. So in certain phases in your life, you're going to have more energy to do one thing or that or this, and that's kind of why it's also really important that if you're in a phase or in a cycle of life, that you are getting a lot of like ideas and like creative ideas and like any, like, just let's just say creative ideas, you need to act on it, okay? Because that is literally, like, I would say, like, the energy. You're in the season in your life where you are being guided to create, because you're getting so much, like creative inspiration, creative ideas. So that's why, I don't believe in like, if you miss out, it's over, because I feel like, because, just like the seasons come and go, as a cycle, I feel like that's going to come back around. But if you don't do something with the creative ideas, like say maybe you're in the season of, maybe you just need to like write it down and like play around with it, maybe whatever, maybe you're building, maybe it's not the meaning like you're about to create the thing right now and it's going to be like so successful, but you're getting the ideas on it. So therefore, ideas are not just for ideas for you to just live in your mind. They're there for you to like start to implement that and like write it down and like give what was I gonna say? Like, give power, give energy to those ideas. Like, do something with them. Charge them. There we go. Those ideas want to be charged. And through charging, you're like, okay, you get it. And then you're turning it into reality, rewriting it down. You're like, okay, you're deciding like, okay, what are you going to do about that? You're acting on those in little ways, or thinking about how you want to act on them, but not even thinking too much, like, because we're in the season of Aries, and Aries is about taking action. So right now it's like, you need to, whatever you're getting like um your intuition, maybe like your gut, like you're getting an urge to like do something in your life. What is it? What is it that you've been getting the urge to do? You need to be doing that. And that doesn't mean like you need to like, go ham and tire yourself out. That's not what I'm saying, but you do need to like I've been saying, just try little by little and know that don't look for perfection. Just look for effort, like effort and trying that you're doing. So yeah, I just felt that because I felt myself getting into that kind of mental um state of like overthinking it a little bit before I turned on the camera, because for one, I'm tired. Like, I woke up and went to the gym this morning. It happened again. I didn't wake up in time, which is fine. This is, once again, I'm not, my goal is around like 5 o'clock. But if I don't get up that time, then it's just kind of like, all right, I'll try again tomorrow. But yeah, but as long as I'm getting up earlier than like late, then I'm like good. It's fine. So yeah, that happened again. Like well, it happened yesterday too. Which, once again, astrologically, I kind of know. Astrologically, I kind of know that like this Mercury in Pisces is bringing back that tired energy. Like it just is. Like I said, especially for me. Like I just feel it. I feel a little bit more tired. I feel like you're having to like push through mentally. Like I feel that energy coming back. So it's like, all right, okay, that's fine. So therefore, I'm gonna have to push through the fog more. We're getting back into the energy of doing it tired. Well, you probably were still in that energy, but I don't know if some of you noticed. I don't know who's like, see, I'd be hyper analyzing, like not really, but I'm just very aware of like my energy on a day to day basis, and then like collectively the energy. So these are like my mind just like is wired to like be aware of these things. But I did notice a little bit of shift of like when Mercury was in Aries. And so then it was like Mercury was in Aries, the sun is in Aries. So it was like a period where I was like, all right, easy. Like I was going to the gym. Like it was easy to kind of push through. Although we were in Mercury retrograde, but I just feel like now that yeah, Mercury's back in Pisces, it's like having to push through like the mental fog, like being maybe more tired, head tired a little bit. And so you may want to like feel like retreat back to not doing it because you don't feel like it mentally, or it's hard for you to like mentally focus or whatever. But it's like, no, you still need to do it. Like for instance, like I said, I woke up later yesterday and today. I woke up late or later, and this morning specifically, like once again, my boyfriend went to the gym, and then I was like, yeah, I had to once again make a decision. Like, okay, am I just gonna be like, oh, I woke up later, still early, but later, not at 5. Yeah, am I gonna like go to the gym, or am I going to yeah, just be like, dang, I woke up late, and use that as an excuse to not go to the gym. And then like I said, yeah, and then also be like, okay, well, my boyfriend went and I didn't. So I was just like, no, but I ended up going. The point is, I ended up going by myself, even though I was kind of like, dang it, I was like, dang, I slept in again. And I knew it. I had my alarm set, but I knew it. Like, I've been having conscious awareness, but once again, maybe like I said, it's at the time where my body, like, that's another thing. You have to listen to your body. That's where it's like you have to discern between like what is laziness, and what is like your body saying like, girl, you need more rest. And I know like for the past, like, I worked yesterday, and I worked before that, so I've just been like working my mind a lot. So maybe once again, this Pisces energy is telling us like, like, not that you need to like maybe your mind is gonna need a little bit more like rest, but just discern between if it's rest that you actually need because you have been. But at the same time, though, you shouldn't use it as an excuse. I'm sorry. I'm just like overthinking, like over it. But I think do what's right for you. Okay, don't let like my like hyper like or not hyper, but don't. I'm telling you my experience, not so you can do what I'm doing, just so you can see how what a girl looks like that is listening, that is navigating through like what feels right for her. No. Why am I wasn't even supposed to be this today is supposed to be a get ready with me video. You're just watching the process of someone trying to be self-aware, okay? God dangity dog. And so I know that sometimes I can use my like, oh, I'm too tired, or the discomfort of the like feeling like, once again, more tired energy, foggy energy, more like to feel that I can use that as an excuse to not like do or wait. No, the thing is not that I'm using it as an excuse, but I will be the one that's like wanting to wait until I feel 100% to like then do it. But I have learned that that's not productive. That is called laziness, to be honest. Because you're choosing to be comfortable because it feels uncomfortable for you to push past the like that like the maybe you don't have as much energy as you would like, but you still need to like do. You can't just wait until you're 100% because like that's freaking unrealistic. It just is. Like so anyways, but yeah, obviously like if you're obviously like not. Anyways, I don't know. I'm just ranting. Yep. So another thing is before I actually start to get ready, I meditated today, which made me even more tired because I almost like felt like I was falling asleep during my meditation. And then yeah, that's when I was like, okay, I need to do that video that I said that I was gonna do today. But then I just started to feel more tired, and then that's where my mind started to get to me like, you're tired, don't do this tomorrow. Like speaking of my mind, I just had like a weird feeling in my head that I don't like. Now I want to drink some water. I just had like, you have like weird feelings that just randomly come in, then you're like weird pain or like weird things that don't last long, but it's just like, and then it freaks you out. Like I'm feeling it again. Maybe I need to drink some water. 1 second. Maybe I need to drink more water. Oh, my mind is telling me, girl. All right. Are you happy now, body? Are you happy now, head, mind? Whatever that was telling me I needed to drink some water. That's how I treat my body now. My body gives me signs and signals that like or whatever, like joints of pain or like weird feelings. It's your body talking to you. So you don't need to just like, I feel like you shouldn't just like, I don't know. I guess when you have more awareness of your body, you start to realize, just being aware. That is just being aware is just a great thing to be. If you want to be happier. Okay? So anyways, moving on. I wanted to tell you guys, share another message that came to me. Actually came to me before I started meditating, like right when I sat down to meditate, and then I started to like get this. But I said, well, let me tell you what I first said, what first came to me, and then what I changed it into, okay? So the first thing that I said was, I want to help people who want my help. And then I added, but it starts with me helping myself first. I pour into me so I can pour into you or others. I pour into me so I can pour into others. And then I said, when I pour into others before I pour into myself, I am crossing my boundaries. And then I wrote, what did I say? What is it? Okay, and then I said when I'm doing that, crossing my boundaries, what does that mean? I am training myself without realizing it to believe that others come before me, that I don't value myself as much as others, that other people are more important than me, which is not true. So that just came to me, okay? And then I rewired it because I got I got recommended well, first of all, like I know about like how your words matter and like what you say, you can attract, like your thoughts can attract your reality, or like not attract your reality, your thoughts can frame your reality and also like be the decipher between like how like you manifesting and blah 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 and attracting, let's just say that, without like being super like deep into it. I just believing like your thoughts do create your reality, and stuff like that. So my cousin recommended me an amazing YouTube video that is that she suggested that I listen to, and it is about like attraction, like attracting the things that you want into your life. And so in the video they pretty much stated that you need to change, stop saying that you want and start saying that you already, like reframing the phrase I want until I already have. So for instance, I started off by saying I want to help people who want my help. But I need to reframe the sentence with like already, as it, to make it seem like it's, to make it already like it's happening, because yeah, to make it to reframe it like it's already happening, meaning I'm going to say I am helping people who want my help. Okay? And also I am helping people on, oh, I forgot to say that part. What? Okay, so the last thing that I didn't mention that I said was I want to help people on their spiritual journeys. Okay. And yeah, I want to say like on their spiritual or healing journeys, but whatever. Let's just say, yeah, spiritual journeys. I want to help people on their spiritual journeys. So I'm going to reframe that and to say I am helping people on their spiritual journeys, because that is true. Like I am currently doing that. Which, so, but I want to like expand it, and continue to do that. Like, so, yeah. And so, yeah, I am helping people too, but I want to expand it and continue to do that. So I'm just clarifying. That also helps me to clarify like what my goal is. And especially when I say I am helping people who want my help. Okay, because I've had a problem that I'm like learning lessons about, which is funny because like, this really does, like I talked about in the video, tie into this like pieces. What was I gonna say? Pieces. This Pisces energy. Also, because Saturn is in Pisces, Venus is in Pisces. So even if you're not a Pisces, it's still affecting you. Okay, you're still probably having the like themes around boundaries, around like filling your cup up first before you fill other people's up, people draining your energy and all the stuff like that. Like you most likely are feeling that too in different areas of your life. It may be like maybe not as like big of a theme for you, but you that's come up around you. And maybe if you're not experiencing that, people in your life has experienced that. Maybe you've had to give advice to people who are experiencing that, or anything around those lines. But people do who have like prominent Pisces energies are feeling it definitely, and are feeling it like heavily. And yeah, so why did I say that? Why did I say that? Oh yeah. So like I said, as a Pisces rising, a Pisces Venus, and actually like Saturn, natally in my chart is in Pisces too. That I like ultimately like do want to help people on their spiritual journeys, and like I just want to help people who that I feel need, like I now want to help people who want my help, rather than before. I just feel like, and other Pisces people, you let me know, like or even like Virgo people, like, because I feel like Pisces and Virgo, they both are very service oriented, but Pisces serves people through like healing with their love, unconditional love, and like more spiritually connected healing. And Virgo people, they service people through like giving them like practical advice, and giving them like the tools through like wellness in some sort. But they're able to give people like practical advice, and being able to see the details and see what people are missing about themselves, to give them practical advice on how to actually like do the thing, or fix whatever they need to be fixed in their life. Really good fixers, or can see that. So yeah, see what's not working in people's life. But so yeah, but like I said, because I naturally, once again in Pisces, let me know, like, do you all just have a thing where you do it without you meaning to do it, but you seem to, like I said, see but feel but sense hurt, the hurt in people? Like, I don't know, like you see yeah, people who are just like, you see beneath the surface of what people are portraying themselves to be. And if you don't see it, but I mean you see it, but you feel it, it's a sense of like, you're putting on this face, but underneath it, like, I feel what you're feeling underneath that. I can see through. It's like being able to see through like the fluff or the like facade that people put. You can see when somebody's just putting on a great face, but they're like hurting on the inside, or they're like lonely, or they're like navigating through stuff, and so imagine being a person, or you probably people who are like, yeah, I know that. So therefore, I often like feel that. That's probably why, like, and then it makes sense to be a Pisces rising, that I'm sensitive to people's energies, because like I love people, but being around people can be a challenge when you can sense what people are feeling, and not like what they're portraying as. You could feel what they're actually feeling, and you just all you want to do is like hold them and hug them and help them with it, and it's like, but I've realized that is crossing a boundary into other people, because people don't need you to be like, they don't want like pretty much goes back to help people who want your help people who ask for your help. So if you're going around like trying to heal people or trying to help people who did not ask, that is a boundary you're crossing of those people. Even if you can sense whatever, you don't need to like it's not respectful for people to pry, or like, literally tell them, like, say like like, like to pry, or like to try to help people who didn't ask. It's just a point. It's not, it's disrespectful. Even if you have good intentions around it, it's like you're crossing the people's boundaries. So I've literally had so many of those situations happen in my life to where I feel like I can see that somebody is going through it without them telling me, because I feel it. But so then I naturally, my soul is like, all right, this is your purpose. Go ahead, go help. Be that person for them that they don't have in their lives. But then it always burns, like it always blows back in my face, and all this stuff like that. And then it can go into like enabling too, because then if you become the cure for somebody that's all they needed, then they also like can grow like dependent on you, and then they don't learn to like heal themselves. And there's just so many lines and things that can go wrong with that and be blurred and just not good. So I feel like with this Venus retrograding back into Pisces, it's reminding me that yes, I have a gift to like help people heal themselves, okay? Because I have learned too, like I don't really, through like Sharon, the lady that I work for, and then like even like other spiritual practitioners that are aware and have been doing this long enough, like they don't like the term, like people used to say like, oh, I'm a healer, and that term is actually not really like you shouldn't say that, because who are you to be like, I'm healing somebody? Like, no, you are helping that person heal themselves. Like, you're no special or higher than that person. So you are just, like I said, you're there to be to help them to that. So that's what I want to do. I want to help people to like heal themselves, or go navigate through their spiritual journeys, and I want to help people navigate through the challenges in their life. Help them I want to help them to help themselves to navigate through it. I don't want to do it for people. And I used to feel like, because I naturally just have the urge to do it, and that's just my calling, I need to do it for them. Like, I would literally say, I wish, like, I want to be able to hold the hand of everybody to like walk them through their lives. And I realized that you can't do that, because that's enabling. Then those people how are they going to know how to walk on their own without you, if you're always the one that's holding their hand through it? You need to help them to help themselves. Give them the tools, help them navigate, or find the tools that will help them, and just be that support system. And yes, provide the unconditional love. And yes, like share, the tools that helped me, and affirm, use my gifts or my whatever's my to like help give like them affirming, to affirm what they already, have been feeling inside, but they just maybe haven't learned to like connect to it or trust it. So that is that. So yeah, thank you. This is why retrogrades are amazing, because like they make you look back and rethink and be like, hey, are you sure about that? Imagine if I just claimed that, like kept doing the thing of like trying to help people without like, oh, I'm the person that helps people, so I'm just going around, and then I keep getting like tough lessons around that. And then I start to resent it and be like, well, man, then like, you either start to feel bad about yourself, or you feel bad about other people, and then it's just not good. Just not good. So this, like, I'm starting to really realize through like unfortunate like situations, which this Pisces in retrograde probably will bring you, because it's also connected to Saturn. So like for the past month, have any of you like learned, like had to deal with like some tough maybe relationship stuff, some tough like maybe like financial stuff, some tough things around like values that are really teaching you a lesson? And it's like you may have gotten hurt through that, or it may have really struck some like deep feelings around it, or frustrations or emotions, and you're like feeling that, and it's because it's a lesson there. It's trying to tell you something. So it's not, like I said, don't like wallow in the pain. Like, obviously give yourself time to feel and release and cry if you need to, but then after that, you need to ask yourself, like, what is this teaching you? And the best teacher is the past. So you, like, thinking about, like, what where has this lesson came up again? Because it has. It has. If you think back into, like, the same thing that, like, burned you, or the same type of situation where you got hurt, or the same situation where you got disappointed, look back in the past and see, when did that happen to me last time? Oh, wow. So why does this keep coming up? And then this is where you need to start to take accountability, because if the same thing keeps happening in your life, especially when it relates to like you and other people, you need to start realizing that if the same thing keeps happening to you, if you keep getting burned by people, if you keep like having like financial problems, if you keep like just things, I love you, but I need to tell you that you need to really be honest with yourself and be self-aware to realize that you may be the problem. And I had to be honest about that with myself. And I did a video on that, like, that I am the problem. And it's not that doesn't mean that the certain circumstances or people in my life were like innocent, but I was attracting that. You know why? Because I'm still not healed I haven't worked on the things that I need to work on. So I'm going to continue to keep attracting these things because they're giving me lessons on the things that I need to learn. And so I turned on this freaking camera to do a whole get ready with me video, and now it turns into this. I guess this is what you guys needed to hear at this time. So yeah, I have been feeling that. And I was listening to, I got like drawn, or like, I feel like lessons can be also, or messages, let's just say, you can gain messages from music, the music that you listen to. Like, if you have a random song that pops into your head that you like it's just a random, like, oh, this is like random, and then you play it. I feel like if you really start to listen to the lyrics and realize like what is the message, what is it trying to tell you, that is connecting to like what you're feeling, and there's a message in that. That's one of my ways that I feel like God gives you signs, or like not signs, but God gives you guidance. Because I feel like God, the universe, spirit, God, whatever, your beliefs is like, it gives you, it like guides you through people. It guides you through like music that you may listen to, like books, like just things that sync up. Okay. So today I felt like, I want to listen to this song called Disease by Lady Gaga. And she was pretty much talking about how the chorus in the song is, I can play the doctor, I can cure your disease. And I feel like that's a really good interpretation of like Pisces energy, especially like Pisces Venus, but just Pisces energy, because like I do feel like that. Like I do, that is a good but also kind of toxic-ish way of, or not really, but like I do be feeling like I can sense when, like, this is so, I'm not, once again, I just feel, because everybody has their things that they're good at. And for me, I just have always known that I can sense, like, if we're putting it in, like, using it in this context of, like, I could play the doctor, I can cure your disease. Oh my gosh, I'm so over these allergies. I keep getting, like, congested and nasally every time I talk. But it's almost like, if I were to use this analogy, that God gave me a gift to see, to sense. Oh my God. I'm struggling here. Let me drink some water. Okay. God gave me a gift, the gift, which a lot of people, I'm not special, so a lot of people probably have this gift too, of being able to sense. I shouldn't say that, because that's just going to sound really wild. But anyways, if I were to connect the word disease to like hurt or thing, or like yeah, hurt, or things that people need to like work on or heal, or things, or like things that people are deep rooted, things that people are dealing with that they may not even be aware that they're dealing with, and it's stopping them from being able to like flourish into their best like selves, their higher self, their more evolved self. That is, you can utilize that term disease into that, even though it's not a disease. I don't really like the word, but if we're using that. And so I felt that when she's talking about that, because it's like, I feel what like I said, I feel like that's not true, but I can empathize or understand with her, the feeling of like wanting to like play the doctor because you want to cure something in other people that they don't realize they're experiencing. Because if you think about it, like, a lot of people may have some, I don't like to use this term, but you get the analogy of what I'm trying to say. It's not literal, and yeah, but I feel behind the words, the meaning behind the words, and like, yeah, it is like, I can like do, like, I can help, but it's like that. But I need to, like I said, redirect what I feel like I know is like something that God is giving me, to use it. I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just over analyzing how much I talk about God, and I'm just kind of like, I never thought I would get to this point in my life to where I'm like those kind of people who talk about like God so much, and that's not bad, but I just feel like I cringe a little bit, to be honest, when I say it, because it feels so, yeah, it just feels so, but I guess I'm just trying to get more comfortable with it, because it's my truth. It's what I feel, but don't attach the definition. Like, once again, when I say God, I mean like a higher power, okay? Or spirit, or universe. Like, I believe they're all the same thing. Like, once again, you guys know where I stand. I don't really think, and maybe this is like, I just believe in a higher energy. Let's just say that, or multiple higher energies, and I feel comfortable with describing the energy as God, but for some people, they may feel comfortable with describing it as other things. So therefore, you put it in that language, I don't really think like the name matters. I think it's more of like the awareness that there is more to life than what we know, and there is a higher something guiding this. And it could be like a higher something outside of us, or it could be a higher something within us. Maybe we're the higher somethings. I don't know. Honestly, it's not, nobody will freaking know. But but there is, like, it's definitely, there is definitely something, or higher than us, I believe, in my belief. But whatever, the point is, in us, whatever. There, you know what I'm trying to say. But I guess when I speak of God, that's what I'm thinking of. But like, who will really know, at the end of the day? But it doesn't matter, because that feels right for me, and that's another thing that I'm learning. Like, I can have my beliefs, you can have your beliefs. Everybody is entitled to have their own beliefs. And it really doesn't matter about what other people think about it. It's yours. So if people don't agree with what you feel like, it's okay. It's not their job to. That's why, I've been learning a lot too about how like your spiritual journey is sacred. It's supposed to be sacred. That means like it's supposed to be sacred to you. But if you want to share your journey, share your beliefs or whatever, because you just want to share it and you want to attract people who have similar beliefs, then great. But don't try to share your beliefs to convince people that your beliefs is right, more right than other people's. Or try to convince. And that's another thing I think when I started Just Creations, not when I started Just Creations, when I like started on my spiritual journey and I started to really like see the benefits of everything, I wanted to like come on and share, but I think the undertone of it I didn't realize was like a convincing. And of course, like that's gonna put people off, But so I've had to like learn a lot, guys. Like I've learned so much. It's like so crazy how much I've learned. And I'm so grateful, like I said, because like I'm learning this through like my spirit team and the people that has come my way and come into my life, literally like angels. It's funny because like I said, that's why I do believe in like attraction or the law of attraction or manifesting, because like for so long what I can say for these past couple years, especially last year, especially when I was like really starting my journey and like feeling like getting a lot of like pushback on social media, or maybe not a lot, but getting pushback when I was sharing my journey, as I will always write in my journal like I just want to attract like-minded people. I want to attract people who are on similar journeys and that believes, please give me those people. And like I've got them, and I'm so grateful. So yeah, I just really am grateful, and I want you to have people like that in your life too. And that's why I do want to create Healthy Girl Healing, because I want to attract all of those people. So then imagine we have like a home space, or space that feels like home virtually, and then hopefully that can extend outside of that, which is the end goal too, by the way. Like I'm using, once again, when I say social media is a tool, I also think Healthy Girl Healing is going to be a tool that will help people connect to their hopefully long-term like people, to their groups of people, to their support systems, to their potential friends or lifelong friends. Like this is not like, I'm not wanting things to be like play. Like I'm serious about like people finding their life partners, meaning their life friends, and like not romantic but platonic, or maybe romantic, go off, whatever you're into, but yeah, I really want Healthy Girl Healing. I see Healthy Girl Healing being along a thing that connects people, but then people can take it offline, and like we end up connecting in person. Because, like, that is life. I'm not, like, once again, social media, the internet is great, but it doesn't stop here. And that's the problem. That's probably why a lot of people are lonely. And because, like, for so long, it seemed to stop here. And it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. It's just to connect us, and then you end up meeting the people in person, or like flying out in person, and like having events in person, going to concerts in person, and like stuff like that. So that is what I really see for Healthy Girl Healing. And like for so long, like it's just now coming into fruition, because I don't know, it's like almost having certain pieces to the puzzle. Throughout the past couple years, I've just been getting pieces. And you know, when you have a puzzle, you have pieces, and you're trying to like figure out like, what is this? Where does this go? How does this connect to this? So I've just had a lot of random pieces to puzzles that I couldn't really like see the big picture. I just kind of knew, and now finally that big picture is coming together. And that's why I do believe in like timing, divine timing. That's another thing I had to learn. And trusting, having faith that everything will come together when it's meant to come together. And that does take patience, but that doesn't mean, but you just have to keep going even when you don't see the big picture. And I think that's going to be a major theme in our lives, because Pisces is, North Node is in Pisces. So a lot of people are going to have to like have more faith in something that they can't see. And that even could be the future of the world. Like, you have to have faith. I mean, in your dreams, in your own personal lives, your own work, the work that you're doing, you have to have faith that the work that you're doing is going to play out, you know, it's going to work out. You're going to get the rewards from the work. You have to play, you know, and just all that stuff. So, I don't know. Oh my gosh. I think, yeah, wow. Okay. Well, I clearly, like I said, needed to like share this with you guys, and I'm assuming that someone out there really needed to hear all of this. So great. So yeah, I'm now drained. I'm now drained and I'm hungry again. This is so funny. So yeah, this is why, do you see why it's important for me like to pour and anybody, like, I really do need to be pouring into myself, because I do be getting drained easily. Like, I really do. And like, I need to stay on recharge mode. I need to stay recharging, because I can really just like really feel so drained. And I think like internally, because I have that fire energy internally, me, it wants to like keep going. But then like I just feel my battery like dropping down. And yeah, so yeah, that's enough. All right, so I guess shoot. I guess I'm going to be posting my Get Ready With Me video tomorrow, not today. I'm just going to post this video for today, because this is going to be too long of a video for me to include in my Get Ready With Me. So, which honestly may work out, because I think tomorrow, it works out, because tomorrow the moon is in Libra. That's going to work out. The moon is going to be in Libra tomorrow, which will be like such a good energy. Libra is all about aesthetics and beauty and stuff like that. So that'll make more sense for me to post my Get Ready With Me video during that time. The mind of an astrologer or astrology lover or whatever. But yeah, maybe I needed to talk about this. The moon is in Virgo, and I mentioned Virgo today, and we talked about servicing and stuff like that. And the South Node is in Virgo, so a lot of Virgos are having to like release and let go, and maybe also like learn. That's a big thing with Virgo energy, having to learn to trust and have faith in the unknown. It's easy for Pisces energy to do it, but not so easy for Virgo people or people with Virgo energy to do it, because they're ruled by Mercury, the mind. They once again are used to being able to see all the details, but if you are going through a transition in your life to where you're having to lean on more faith, or you know, develop your more spiritual gifts perhaps, or trust in the higher power, because maybe you're encountering things in life or experiences in your life where you for once can't see the details, and it's probably stressing you the fuck out, and you're probably, you know, can be more anxious and like, yeah, really in your mind about it. But this is where you need to ground yourself, because you're an earth sign, Virgo energy. So that's where you need to really hone in on your wellness practices to keep you grounded, and also to remember the Pisces energy that we're supposed to be. This is like the soul's purpose of this world currently. for this year, next year, to really have more faith, really develop, like, do some sort of spiritual practice, and yeah, I don't know, pray more, whatever feels right for you. But definitely you're gonna have to, like, unfortunately, fortunately, um have get comfortable with, like, trusting the unknown, or a higher power of some sort, or even, like, your intuition, without being able to see the full plan or the full details of things. So yeah, so if you're feeling that, whoever needs to hear that's for that. So all right, I'm done. I'm done. This is good. Thank you. Thank you to my spirit team for putting that on my heart for you to share with you guys. And I'm so excited. I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited for everything. I'm excited for everything. Okay. Much love.